Interpreted tonight is Meresha Owiti. Now, Busia Senator Okia Omtata is fearing for his life after armed attackers raided his home in Busia in the wee hours of Thursday morning. The attackers were looking for the senator cum activist and injured at least one of Omtata's relatives. Omtata was not in the house at the time of the raid that also left his sister-in-law nursing serious wounds as he had traveled to Nairobi earlier in the week. KTN's David Mudoka reports on the Thursday morning raid that comes less than 2 weeks after Okia Omtata survived a harrowing experience in the hands of angry youth moments after leaving the Busia law courts.
According to Busia Senator Okia Omtata, the heavily armed attackers violently stormed into his home in Busia at around 3 a.m. on Thursday. The attackers, who were reportedly searching for the senator, only found his brother, who he has been living with, and the wife of his brother. Unable to find Omtata, who had traveled to Nairobi on Tuesday evening, the attackers assaulted Omtata's sister-in-law and hurriedly left when an alarm was raised, leaving her with serious tissue injuries. Following the raid, a shaken Omtata is now fearing for his life and believes that the attackers may not be strangers at his rural Busia home. Hours after the incident, fellow senators came out to condemn it. The senators further called for speedy investigations into the incident to establish who were at Omtata's home in the wee hours of Thursday morning and why.
The necessary agencies, the ones that are investigative in nature, should conduct a thorough investigation into all these happenings to assure the nation, to assure the Senate, to assure members of the public and those people who voted for Senator Omtata that his life is not in danger in any way and that it is not related to any of the work he does, either as an activist or a senior member of the Senate, so that we can be assured that he is going to be okay.
When Senate resumes from this short recess, we shall do adjournment motion and take a position as a House on why we should not be taken for granted. We want just to do our job. Is it too much to us?
Paul Otuoma has also condemned the raid at Omtata's home and asked the national government to beef up security around the senator.
Kama kaunti zingine ziko na shida na masenators wao, mimi sina shida. Kwa sababu ndugu yangu Okia hapa alichaguliwa na watu, nilichaguliwa na watu, na kila mtu wako na kazi yake. And I know Okia's constituency goes beyond Busia. Hata tukizungumza sahi sio Busia amepeleka kotini peke yake. See, there are so many other cases that he's handling and he has been handling.
The incident comes barely 2 weeks after Senator Omtata was pelted with stones in his car while leaving the Busia law courts to file a petition against Governor Otuoma's administration by angry youth who are trailing his car. His life at risk, the senator drove into the nearby Busia Agricultural Training College to seek refuge from the administration police guarding the institution. Police officers later arrived at the scene and escorted him home. A month earlier, Omtata survived a road accident after his car, a Probox model, was hit by a fuel tanker whose brakes had apparently failed as his driver attempted to swerve at Ojola on the way to Busia. Omtata, who was in one of the passenger seats, escaped unhurt despite his car being thrown off-road by the tanker that eventually landed in a ditch. Omtata has been a harsh critic of President William Ruto's government and has been embroiled in a number of legal tussles at the corridors of justice with the government since August 2022. The latest tussle is the fight over the newly passed affordable housing law that just a day after President William Ruto assented it into law last month, Omtata took to court to challenge the affordable housing law. The matter is now before court. David Mudoka, KTN News.
Moving on, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka is asking